round of applause for T. Scarlet McCaws. This is Jasper and Ina.
Keep it going for our beautiful blue and gold. This is Beyonce. Hi everyone, my name's David.
And my name is Ryan, and we'd like to welcome you to Winged Wonders here at Jungle Island.
Today we're going to share with you some of our favorite feathered friends that fill our skies and landscapes with an elegant beauty, unlike any of nature's creatures. Did you guys know that there are 9,000 different species of birds on our planet? Not just species, that means there are literally millions of birds all over the world. You can find them flying, swimming, walking, or even talking like this guy. Hi! That's pretty cool, but you know, lots of birds can say hi. Can you say hello? Wow, that's really impressive. You know, where my manners, I completely forgot to introduce you. Why don't you tell everyone your name? What's your name? This is Rio, everyone, a Calaveras macaw. Yeah. Calaveras macaws are native to the South American rainforests. Now, macaws and parrots, for that matter, are very intelligent creatures and can mimic human speech. But Rio, he likes to mimic other animals, like a big ferocious dog. Can you bark? That's a pretty ferocious dog, Rio. Why don't you make that a little more realistic by adding fleas? Can you bark? Don't forget those fleas. Get him, Rio, get him, get him, get him, get him, get him. Yeah, that's pretty cute, Rio. But you know, this is a bird show, so why don't we try something from the bird family? So why don't we try a rooster? Well, how about that for your afternoon wake-up call from Rio the Rooster? Yeah! Now, Rio has what's known as monocular and binocular vision. And what that means is he can focus his eyes on two separate images at the exact same time. Like right now, he's got one eye looking at me, and it looks like he keeps looking at you over there. You know, if I didn't know any better, I'd say Rio was checking you out. And Rio thinks she's pretty... Oh, he does. You know, you can take Rio on a date if you like, but you gotta have him back by his curfew. Hey, Rio, what time's your curfew? Midnight. Well, speaking of curfews, guys, it's time for us to get going. So everyone say bye, Rio! Bye, Rio! Rio, say bye-bye. Bye-bye! That's Rio, everyone, a Calaveras macaw.
Alright, well now I'd like to introduce everyone to Martin. Martin is our African gray parrot. The African gray parrots, they can be found in the Congos of Africa. Hello! 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 Now some people don't know this, but most parrots, they can live upwards of 70 years old. Martin here, he's about 30, even though it's hard to tell just by looking at him, and he's been doing shows most of his life. Now a few years ago, he decided to take a break from show business, so he traveled around and he watched a lot of movies. What he found was that his favorite movies is Star Wars, because he loves sound effects. And so, he wanted to show everyone his favorite sound effect, which is the laser guns. Here we go. Laser gun. That's pretty good. Let's get another one in there. Could have some crossfire action. Laser gun. Very good, Martin. I've got an idea. Why don't you give everyone a big kiss and a wave? All right, let's hear it from Martin, our African gray.
Well, guys, this is Merlin. Merlin is an African pied crow, and they're actually known as the world's smartest bird. Now, the reason for that is that the only birds on a planet that are actually known to use tools. Like, for instance, if Merlin over here is in the wild and he wanted to eat some termites in a termite nest, he'd find a long stick, stick it into the termite nest, and when he pulls it out, he can eat as many termites as he wanted to. Another sign of their intelligence is if he had a hard nut he could crack with his beak, he would take the nut, fly really high into the air, find a hard surface, and drop it on, and when he would drop it, he would crack the nut, and then he could come down and eat it. And Merlin over here, he's actually a pretty big fan of sports, and he's really talented at playing catch. I didn't want to show everybody how good he was, so we're going to play some catch with Merlin, and a great big on Merlin. Wait for it, and go. And you got it, check that, that was a great catch. Let's have a big round of applause for Merlin, our pied crow. Come on, Merlin.
Alright, well guys, for the next part of the show, we are going to need a volunteer to help us out. How about you, young lady in the front row? Walk on over. Alright, I'm going to be stand right on over there. So first of all, what's your name? Blake, and are you from Miami? From Boca. Let's hear from Blake from Boca. Very cool. Now, Blake, have you ever held or fed a bird before? Never? Well, you're going to hold two of our little birds. I'll show you how to do that. Put both of your arms out there like this. There you go. Nice and steady. Now, we're going to have two little birds walk around the corner, jump up here, and then walk up here. So keep them steady. Here we go. All right. This is Mary, Kate, and Ashley. They are called purple gallinules. Now they can be found in Australia and they are a water-wading bird. You might notice they have these really long toes. Those toes actually distribute their weight evenly so they can actually walk on the top of lily pads without sinking down into the water. Alright, let's get it both this way. They're just a little bit clumsy. How about a big round of applause for Blake? Thank you very much. And keep it going for the Gallinools.
Well guys, I'd like to introduce you to our next guest. If you look up to the top of the theater, you can meet Ricky. He'll be coming out in just a moment. And there he is, and here he comes. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Ricky. Ricky is our male eclectus parrot. Eclectus parrots are native to Indonesia. Now the coolest thing about eclectus parrots is that they're the only parrots in the world where the males and the females are two completely different colors. Now for years, this had scientists baffled. They thought they were two different species, but they're not. As you can see, the males of Ricky here are this beautiful green all over, with two shades of red and blue underneath the wings. They have a dark tail, and if you look close, it kind of looks like he has a big candy corn for a beak.
But no Ricky is complete without his Lucy, so look up there to the top and meet Lucy. Here she comes. Alright, this is Lucy, and as you can see, she is a bright red color all over the body. Wow. She has purple on the chest, yellow on the tail, and the black beak. She looks completely different than Ricky.
Now the males, like most guys, are big fans of sports. Right now, Ricky's favorite sport is football, and it's pretty easy to see why, because Ricky loves to be the ball. Okay, Ricky, we're going long. And it's a big. Let's have a big round of applause for Ricky and Lucy, our eclectus parrots. Well guys, for this part of the show, I'm going to need two more volunteers to help me out on stage. But you have to meet two criteria. Number one, you have to be brave. Number two, you have to be an adult. If you're brave adult volunteers in the audience, let me see you men over here in the pink, come on down. And you men over here, once you come on down. Got two brave adults on the way. Hi ma'am, what's your name? Meryl, I need you to come over here and stand right over here on this X for me. There you go, come on over here ma'am. And what's your name? Rachi? Okay, you should come and stand right over here and face her phone. There you go. Now what we're going to do is we're going to have one of our birds fly down from up there, and then she's going to fly between you guys and land right here on this pillar. But we're going to make it a little more interesting by having you guys make one big hoop with your arms, okay? So go ahead and make a hoop with your arms kind of like this. There you go. Make it nice and big. There you go. To hold very, very slow, guys, okay? I just got to get ready for this part of the show, too. It only takes me just a moment to put on this little glove for myself over here. I was going to bring some for you guys, but it ran out, so just hold very still, okay? Alright, everybody else looking to the top of the theater, get ready to meet our guest coming down. Here she is. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Pomona. She's our Harris hawk. These guys are native to North America, and they're actually known as the world's smartest bird of prey. Now, the reason for that is they're the only birds of prey that actually hunt and live in packs. You guys did a great job. You can relax your arms. But why don't you guys run on back to your seats and hear from Pomona, our Harris hawk.
Alright, well guys, our next guest comes to us all the way from South America. Look up there and meet Solomon, our king vulture. Everyone please remain seated. He will be taking some low flying swoops above everyone's heads, and once he does, everyone is going to get a nice close look. Now as you guys might already know, vultures, they primarily eat dead animals. To be able to eat dead animals, they have to have extremely strong stomach acids. He actually has stomach acids that are so strong, there he goes. He can eat an animal that has died of nearly any disease and still remain completely unaffected. Now he's up there. You guys might notice him blinking a few times. If you do, check out his double set eyelids. It's kind of like a crocodile. Now the crocodile uses that extra set to see through water as he's swimming. The vulture, he uses his to see through blood as he's eating his food. He's going to be taking another flight across the theater in just a moment. That's pretty interesting how the king vulture got their name. There he goes. While scientists were observing the king vulture, you noticed that when a king vulture would swoop down into an area to eat a meal, all the other vultures and all the other animals in that area would actually make room for the king vulture. They'd allow him to eat his meal, and they wouldn't return until after the king vulture finished and left. One more flight to take. Get ready for it. There he goes. Solomon was trained right here in this theater, and he's doing a very good job. Let's hear it for Solomon, our king vulture.
Asian sensation, the diva of Miami. Put your hands together for Miss Ava, the Saurus crane. Check out her long, sexy legs as she struts her stuff on the runway, wearing her beautiful gray feather dress, brought to you by Versace. Now, Miss Ava's a young crane, and as she matures, she's going to change in size and color. She can grow to the height of over 6 feet tall. That makes the Saurus crane the tallest flighting bird in the world. Now, like I said before, she's also going to change in color, and you can already see that rusty red color coming in on her head. In a few more years, the entire head will be that color. Now, the cool fact about Miss Ava is that she has a pretty unique bird call. We're going to check that out, and here we go. Yeah, that was pretty cool. Like all international superstars and divas of Miami, Miss Ava does have her very own professional cook and personal trainer. And that's me. But it's time for us to get jogging. So let's have a big round of applause for Miss Ava, the Saurus crane. Come on, Miss Ava.